When creating a new layout, you have the option to use a template from Ultricor. By going to File, Load Layout Template from Ultricor, this gives you a few common layouts to use as a starting point for a new layout. You can also start with a blank layout by going to File, New Layout. When building layouts, it may be helpful to toggle on the grid. If you want to change the grid at all, go to Format, Grid, and this will allow you to set the grid spacing and toggle snapping on and off. There is the option to change the background color, or you can upload an image to use as a background. To add an image, first upload an image to Ultrix by going to File, Upload Background Image. To set an image as a background, go to the drop-down menu at the bottom of the screen and change the background from solid color to an uploaded image. When adding a pip, you can adjust the border width and change the border from default to tally if desired. There is also the option to change the display color of the pip if you prefer something other than the default. When adding pip elements, elements don't have to stay in their default location or be their default size. You can move them around, including moving them out of the pip. In the case of audio meters, you can add channels and even add multiple groups of channels. When it comes to UMDs, you have the option between static, which allows you to type in a fixed name, pip source that will display what is routed into the pip, or set it to be remote, which receives data via ROStalk, which we will not be going over in this tutorial. You can also add multiple UMDs to a pip if desired. Closed captioning and alarming can also be added to pips. Just know that this does require an additional license known as Ultrascape-CA. This is a global license for the system and is not required per Ultriscape head. If you are building a layout with pips that all have the same elements, you can build one pip with all the elements and then copy and paste that pip to more quickly build out your layout. UMDs can be added to your layout without being tied to a pip. After adding a UMD, at the top of the screen you have three types of UMD labels you can set this to. It can be static, multiviewer head name, and once again the remote option. Clocks can also be added to any layout and are not tied to any pip. Clocks can easily be resized, and multiple clocks can be added to your layout. At the top of the screen, select the clock source from the drop-down menu if you desire a different source such as a timer or countdown. The default clock takes its time from the Ultrix system, which can be set manually or received via NTP in the Ultrix system menu. Additional clock sources can be added by going to the Clocks tab. In the Clocks tab, you can right-click on any cell, insert a row above or below to add a new clock source. You can pick the clock type, set an offset or time value, and of course change the name of the clock. Once the new clock has been added, you can then assign a clock to that clock source.